Born right here in Sydney, Australia in 1988, like every true Aussie, he's been an avid sports fan all his life. His main passion has always been for cricket, and to this day he supports Australia with his heart and soul over any other team, no matter what. So I bet you're wondering how this guy could be a rebel, radical or renegade. He's Sri Lankan. So why is this such a big deal? In Sri Lankan society, supporting any team other than the home team is more blasphemous than agreeing with George Bush on claims of WMDs. And supporting Australia, of all teams, is far more treasonous than even an Aussie supporting the Palms in the Ashes. This is due to many things, but most notably the Australian attitude towards star Sri Lankan spin bowler Muttiah Muralitharan. Harsh rivalry has existed for well over a decade now, and the victory in the 1996 World Cup over none other than the tournament favourites Australia was the icing on the cake for this cricket-crazy nation. Did I mention this guy is a bit of a loon? How did you become a cricket fan?
Well, I was born in 1988 here in Sydney, Australia, and I believe I supported the team from about that moment onwards. I believe they were a good team, and basically I wanted to piss my brother off because he was a die-hard Sri Lankan supporter.
So how is that the main reason why you could support Australia over Sri Lanka instead of just in general?
Oh no, in general it's just because I respect the team, I like their fighting spirit. I feel they're good sportsmen. They play hard, but they leave it on the field. They don't whine about shit like the Indians.
What has been like the typical attitude towards you being from family, friends and stuff about, you know, you supporting Australia over Sri Lanka and stuff?
Yes, well I have received a lot of grief from my family. My oldest brother supports Australia alongside me, so there is a sense of support. My mother refuses to get involved, but my father and my other brother, they look down on me. They feel that I'm inferior for supporting the Australians. Of course my friends, they have no interest in cricket unless Sri Lanka is winning, so really I couldn't give a rat's ass what they think.
Which has been the hardest moment for you as an Australian supporter?
The hardest moment would have to be 2003 January. Sydney at the SCG, Australia versus Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka hammered 340 I think off Australia, and I believe I was at school at the time when the scores were coming in, and there are a lot of people who were giving me quite a lot of grief about that. Yes, it was quite tough time for me.
What's the best?
The best would have to be the 2003 semi-finals, witnessing Sangakkara missing the stumping of Andrew Simons, where he went on to win the match for us. I believe that was even better than the 2007 World Cup final win.
How come?
I was able to rub it in a lot more.
As a proper Australian supporter, what do you have to say about Murali chucking?
I think it's absolute rubbish. He has a disability, but it doesn't mean that he's chucking. I think they just have taken this law a bit too far. They picked on a player who bowls extremely well. Fortunately, coming from the subcontinent, we're very touchy about that topic, and everybody just latched onto it and decided to say that the Australians are trying to destroy his cricketing career because he bowls well.
John Howard said the same. What do you have to say about that?
John Howard is a moron.
Good. Alright, another big deal was Gilchrist in the 2007 World Cup final and his whole squash ball thing. You know, Sri Lanka kind of blew that out of proportion. What do you have to say?
Oh, well, there again, it was really just a few die-hard supporters who felt as though they had been cheated of the World Cup, and I think they were venting their frustration on this, but as they saw, even their vice-captain came out and said that he had tried it, couldn't be done, so really it should just be hats off to Adam Gilchrist, and I think that should just be left at that.
Would you say your team choice has made much of an effect on your personal society back in Sri Lanka, as in, like, you know, has it benefited anyone in any sort of way?
Well, yes, I believe it has, to an extent. There was a lot of controversies in school. The teachers would for some reason laugh at me, the bloody Poms. And then even my friends, they would also laugh at me whenever Sri Lanka lost and ignore me whenever Australia won. So, as you can imagine, I was quite a loner throughout my entire school life.
The Ashes are coming up. What are your predictions?
It will be hard fought. Australia is on the rebound. England is also rebuilding. But I would have to predict a 2-1 victory to Australia this time. Two matches rather, being washed out by rain. It is England, of course, they are playing.